Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we have an interesting one. We have a desktop hard drive. If you're not familiar with the hard drive, this is the device that stores all the information on your computer. Everything. All your pictures, all your emails, all your documents, everything. We're going to open this up today and reveal what's inside because, at first inspection, it doesn't look like much. We have our power and SATA connections here. We have some sort of green board. We have a bunch of writing and information. But how does it work? So, let's break it open. Now, a disclaimer before we start. Do not do this. If you have a good hard drive, do not pull this out of your computer and pop it open. As soon as you expose the platters in here, you're going to see in a moment, to the atmosphere, any kind of dust, any kind of contamination, the hard drive is as good as worthless. Again, do not do this. Yes, this drive is marked good. There's a reason behind that. This drive is old. It's an 80 gig hard drive, and this is the read and write speeds 9499. It's old. I don't care if this breaks. I've got 30 of them. I need to throw them out anyways. So let's go ahead and, break this loose here. Let's get our screw container ready here. And as you notice, that screw does not stick to the magnet because all the hard drive screws are magnetic, are not magnetic because they are aluminum. And you'll see why here in a second. The only steel part of this hard drive is the case here, this metal part on the top here. The rest of this is aluminum. You'll see why here in a second. Ouch. So now we've pulled all the screws off. As you can see, all the screws are removed. You might think you can just peel this off here. Nah, try again. Underneath this sticker here somewhere is another screw, and I never know where it's at until I find it right here. Somewhere down underneath here. I feel something. Oh, no, here. No? Aha. Possibly. Let's get down in there and see if we can get it. Yep, there it is. There is a screw hiding underneath that. And you know why they do that? You can't fix that. Can't hide it. You can't fix it. So, for whatever reason, they know you're in it. It's tamper-proof. Let's go ahead and get a flat screwdriver here. These can be a bit of a bear sometimes to get off. They are sealed. There it goes. And you ready for this? This is the inside of a hard drive. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what's known as the platter. All of your information is stored magnetically on that platter. How easily that spins. Down over here, see if I can get you zoomed in here, is your read head. Here's your actuator motor. There's another motor underneath this here that spins this. Alright, I'm going to pause this so we can get a closer view of the apparatus. That little thing way down there is your read head. This is the platter. Focus camera. This is the hard drive. Before we tear this down any further, let's plug it in, just for S&Gs, so you can see the actuated motor go across the platter. So we've got this plugged in via dongle. All I'm doing is supplying power, no data. This is what a hard drive does, a physical hard drive, as soon as you hit power to it. I'm going to give it power in 3, 2, 1. That drive is now spinning at 5,400 RPM, 5,400 RPM, and you can't see it, but that is moving so fast the camera can barely pick it up. There's a magnetic head on the end of that is attempting to read and write data. It's trying to associate itself with the computer that it's connected to right now, basically. So that drive just moves back and forth, and when it's in use, it moves even faster than this. Let's get you a close-up of that. See if I can set this down without crashing it. Turn the flashlight on here so you can see it. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and tear this thing down further so you can see how it really works. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull this apart. This is a magnet. A super strong magnet. There's 2 magnets in here, one on top, one on bottom. You'll see them in a second. These screws are relatively tight. The tightest screws I've ever experienced in electronics. Let's go ahead and see if this will come up off here. Great day in the morning. That's on there tight. See if I let that go, that magnet is so strong it just slammed back down to the, get my fingers out of there. Wow. It's a neodymium magnet. Pull this all the way down. So as you see, get my screwdriver off that. There's just some copper riding along 2 magnets. Wow, that's that magnet's strong. Just riding back and forth across 2 magnets, and it receives the signal from this controller, which is hooked to this board back here. Go ahead and pull this all the way down. It gets better. On this read head here, there is almost a microscopic, or on this arm here, there's almost a microscopic read head that we will see if we can zoom in later and check out. See if this will just pull off of here. Possibly, possibly not. It will not, and it stole my bit. Give it back. At this point, this hard drive's destroyed. There's no using it ever again. This is why you don't do this. Let's see if we can get you in here for a view here of the read head. On the end of this arm here, there is a tiny black speck. Can y'all see that? Let me lock the exposure here. See if we can zoom in. Alright, y'all see that? Sorry for my shaky hands. We're zoomed in like crazy here. See, I can even find my screwdriver here. There we go. That little black piece right there is the read head. That is what reads and writes magnetically. Can we zoom in any further? Nope, that's the limitations of my phone right there, which, granted, are pretty impressive. Alright, let's zoom you back out here so you can orient yourself. Give you one final pass here of everything. Again, there's a magnet on the bottom here, and this just pivots to the platters. And the platters, oh, I just touched it. You see that fingerprint on there? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We had some camera issues there that were a little frustrating. Alright, so where were we at? I do believe we were going to pull this arm off of here. We'll get to this little piece here that I found interesting later. That just plugs into the back of the board, just like that. Kind of like an ID connector. So, if I remember right, this should, in theory, just wiggle on up off of there. I might have to loosen this. Oh, I can't get my screwdriver to it. Stop it. There we go. Alright, get that screw out. Alright, I think it's been ages since I've done this. I had to do this for school when they were teaching us how to. Alright, now, that's enough. That magnet is super strong, by the way. You get anything even near it, and it's just, I mean, and just to show you, I can pick the entire hard drive up off that magnet. Get in here and work this around a little bit, maybe. There we are. I think this read head. Trying to do this without damaging the. I keep calling it a read head. It's the arm, and the read head is on the end of the arm. Come on. You guys don't want to sit here and watch me fight with this. Let me go ahead and pause this, and I'll be right back with you as soon as I get that loose. And as soon as I turn the camera off, it comes right off. So that little gadget on the end there, let me straighten it back out. I know you can't see that. Is the read head. This is the read arm. It's the read head way out there. This is the controller for it. I just put that over there meanwhile, because we'll get back to that in a minute. Let's go ahead and get this magnet off of here. Late day in the morning. There we go. Super strong. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get those two together. I'm not going to get them ever apart. Stay and stay. You two no clicky. Alright. So, what we're left is just the the back of your screwdriver, just the platters. As you can see, that controller just went down the board. Let's go ahead and pull that the board off. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Again, I will repeat the disclaimer. Do not do this. This is a death sentence for this hard drive, but we're doing it for educational purposes. Do not do this. This is just to satisfy the curiosity of anybody. They keep hearing the term hard drive and they don't know what it is. Well, it stores a lot of information. That board lifts straight up. We've got some foam on it. And that is the connector that sits down on. There's no clip. It's just metal pins making contact. So I would assume that for whatever reason, if these contacts corroded, you would have hard drive trouble. But if I have hard drive trouble, I'm upgrading to an SSD anyways, because in a way these are obsolete. Alrighty, you can see all the way through the hard drive now. Let's get these platters off. If I remember right, it's just a bunch of screws that are not that size. Let me find the right size. I just send that one size down. Nope, it's got 2 sizes down. There we go. Oh wow, that's tight. I'm doing my best to keep my fingerprints off this platter. I don't know why, it's ruined anyways. Screw it. Man, that thing's tight. Those screws are ridiculously tight. Wow, look at that big old fingerprint. Alright, so we've got the top ring. And in theory... Oh, we missed one. Don't ask me what that's for. I'm not going to act like I know. Because I don't. And it went that way anyways. In theory, yes. We should be able to lift the platter right off. There's no sense in getting a close-up on that. It's literally just a mirror. All my dirty fingerprints. So, on this piece of metal, there are what is known as sectors. Okay? And within those sectors, your information is stored in microscopic ones and zeros. Anyways, magnetic ones and zeros. Magnetic yes for magnetic bit, and 0 for a negative. And the series of ones and zeros on this disk are what compose of your information. And what writes those ones and zeros is that little itty bitty head, which we're going to zoom in here. Just put that back together and move that over here. Let's see if we can't get a close-up of this head. This white piece here, before we continue, is an air filter for the barometric pressure changes and your ambient pressure change. Yes, air goes to and from, but there's a filter on this to prevent any kind of dirt at all. It's a paper filter to get in there. A single speck of dust on that is like a mountain. And if that read head comes into contact with it at all, it's a high-speed collision, and your hard drive goes kaboom. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom you in here and see if we can't get a good image of that. So I got you zoomed in here. Well, I got you focused. Let me go ahead and zoom you in, get you a better view of that read head. There she is. that little black piece is exactly what writes the ones and zeros to your hard drive. This one's strictly for size comparison. About the size of his eyeball or ear on a dime. That is a dime. Alright, so secondary size comparison. This is the end of a paper clip. There it is. That's the end of a paper clip. Alright, so this is at 25 times magnification. Take a look on how fine that filter is. You can start to see the grains of paper in it. There she is. Now we're talking. Is through a microscope at 65 power. See if we can't zoom in a little bit here. And there she is. That's what it looks like. So, to clear up the question about why these screws are aluminum, well, as you know, we've got some really seriously powerful magnets residing in this aluminum case here. And if the screws were to become magnetized by that magnet, when the platter comes around next to that screw, it might corrupt the data on that platter. That's why. Itty bitty things. Thank you for watching.